Hi, David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience. We have a double feature tonight. Double feature. What we're doing is, and a lot of you know this already, we're doing a 5-day review of the new Land's End made-to-work shirts. And I'm wearing one right now, as a matter of fact, underneath actually a Land's End canvas V-neck sweater. And we're going to be doing something that's very Bond related. Now, the #1 video out there for the Bond Experience is actually the Casino Royale haircut. It's me getting a haircut for like 20 minutes. But people watch it over and over and over. The barber, John the Barber, has become nearly famous internationally because of that video and because of that haircut. Tonight, we're going to have the next iteration of that. I'm going to be getting the SkyFall haircut, which is a lot shorter, a lot more extreme. You can see I've got some SkyFall scruff that I've created just for you, the viewer out there. But we're going to do it in the Land's End shirt, right? So, I mean, it's a very typical guy thing to do. It's a great barber shop. We're just going to sit down, relax, get a haircut. No pains and no gains with the shirt. The shirt should be fine. But we'll create the Bond moment, get the SkyFall haircut. Let's go do this thing. Back in the hallowed halls of John's barbershop. Mr. John?
Yes.
You ready for this?
Yes, I am.
Good to see you again.
You too, sir.
I'm sure you all know this guy's face and magical hands already. Unbelievable amount of video hits.
Yeah.
What are we up to now on?
I haven't checked in a while, but I thought it was around 30,000?
Well, it's 36,000 on YouTube, and then we did a second video of the same thing, went up to 15. And then the Vimeo one had its own hits of 24. So it's just under 100,000 hits, which is absolutely ridiculous.
I didn't know it was that high.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And people have come to your barbershop from like Long Island. They call you from California now.
Yeah, we had visitors from West Coast, East Coast.
It's insane.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. We're jumping Quantum of Solace.
Right.
Not even going to pay attention to it.
Right.
We're going right from Casino Royale to SkyFall haircut.
SkyFall, yep.
You ready to do this?
Absolutely.
All right, so you're going to describe it as we're doing it. It's just like old times.
Absolutely.
I'll sit in the magical chair. And by the way, John, I don't even know if you know what I've been doing. I'm wearing the Land's End made-to-work shirts now.
Okay.
For 5 days straight. I'm doing this challenge. Land's End had me wear these and do Bond-like experiences.
Very cool.
Isn't it very cool? So,
Yeah,
so this is a Bond experience, getting a haircut from the Bond barber himself, John the Barber.
Yeah, somehow I have turned into the Bond barber.
You have turned into the Bond barber. I don't know if you want
By
it.
total accident.
Yeah. Well, this is something that's given to you. It's not something you can request.
That's right. I earned it.
You earned it.
From the master himself.
Oh, please. So now, talk to me about the SkyFall haircut. I mean, people see Bond, they're like, oh, it's James Bond. But there's a significant difference.
Yeah, because you'll see in all 3 of those movies, his haircuts are all short.
Right.
So if you don't know what you're doing, you just think it's a buzz cut on the sides and a little bit up on top. But
right.
There are slight differences between all 3 movies.
Yeah.
The SkyFall movie, his hair was definitely shorter on the sides.
Absolutely.
You could tell it was clippered at the bottom,
right,
tapered up to the top, and the top was even a little bit shorter.
Interesting.
A little bit shorter. So same style. It's not a completely different look.
Right. But it is something.
But they went shorter.
Well, as you go through it, maybe you can talk it through because people are going to want to replicate it with their barber.
Absolutely.
Think how many barbers we've irritated around the country who have to follow, see your video.
I know. You're probably thinking, who is this guy?
Exactly.
What makes him the expert?
So we're going for clippers, not.
We're going for clippers. So, with the first one, Casino Royale, we did scissors.
Yeah.
So this one, we're going to go with the clipper. I'm putting a number 2 on the sides, and we're going to taper the bottom 1 inch of the haircut with the clippers, and then we'll blend it in with the scissors.
Okay.
And shorten the top up a little bit.
Right. Do you know offhand what size clipper that is?
This the blade is a number 2.
Okay.
And the clipper, most good barbers would only use the Oster 76.
Okay.
It's been around forever. It's a classic clipper.
Right.
So depending on what kind of clipper you have, the number might vary.
Got it.
But for the Oster, I always use the number 2.
Sounds good.
It doesn't show scalp. You know, you don't want to go so short that you're seeing the skin. So the number 2 here will leave a little bit of hair.
Who does number 2 work for? Perfect.
Absolutely.
So I see hay barrels of hair coming off. That's how long my hair was.
Well, yeah, we're going from the Casino Royale,
Right.
which was all done with scissors. This actually kind of gives a similar look. It's just going to be a little tighter at the bottom.
It's only been 2 weeks since I got my haircut, so
Yeah.
it's amazing how fast it's growing. Thank goodness.
Good, healthy diet. It is. You know,
Lots of chicken.
if you eat a high-protein diet, your hair will grow faster.
Is that right?
Hair, fingernails, it's all protein. So, yeah, if your hair is growing fast, you're probably eating a lot of protein.
Well, I think I am. I'm probably like Mr. Protein.
So just doing the number 2 all the way around, tapering it to the sides.
Now, how high are you cutting up? Because you don't cut up all the way, right?
No, that's the key here. You do not want to go with a high taper.
Right.
You know, some barbers have a tendency to take the fade up too high. You want to leave it the bottom 1 inch.
Okay.
That's usually what I do. About the bottom 1 inch of this cut will be tapered.
Nice. Now, it's interesting to me that my hair's a lot grayer since we did the Casino Royale haircut.
You know what? I see you too often to really know the difference.
I know. You see the gradual, but I'm sure
It's
people
so
watching
gradual.
this video.
I feel like this has been the same.
Yeah, but it's perfect.
Are you
because,
grayer since the...
Oh, hell yeah. But for SkyFall, it's perfect. I mean, his hair was grayer.
It was
He looked a lot
grayer.
cragglier.
Yeah.
He looked a little worn.
A little warm.
Yeah. But I mean, he was dead.
Yeah.
He was basically,
He was dead,
coming
yes.
back from the dead. So
Absolutely.
he's allowed to do. Now you're putting on something new.
Yep, so this is the number 1, and I just use this to taper the sideburns and the back of the neck.
All right.
Because the 2 on the sideburns grow in very quick.
They do.
So you always want to taper them a little shorter.
Yeah, they'll get a little mutton choppy and a little wolfy.
Absolutely. So I'm just taking the number 1 and I'm just kind of fading it right into that number 2. It'll grow in more evenly that way.
Right.
With that number 2, in a week, your sideburns would be thicker than the sides of your hair.
Okay, that's not going to be good.
And then same thing with the back of the neck. What I saw with the SkyFall haircut was that he didn't on the back of the neck, it was a much more natural back. It didn't have the hard, straight line across.
Right.
It was tapered in.
Oh, nice.
So
I think I prefer that anyway.
the tapered look.
Yeah, rather than kind of a shelf,
Absolutely. So he definitely tapered that in. Yeah, it was a noticeably different or shorter haircut.
Right. Have you had anybody come in and ask for that yet?
Yeah, absolutely.
You have?
Yes.
So this is not your first SkyFall haircut?
No. This is the first one ever videotaped.
Oh my God, all right.
Now this is a 0, and I'm just going to use that on the back of the neck. Just to totally taper out that back. This way there won't be any line or shelf or anything. And to me, if you're tapering the neck, it grows in. It grows in naturally.
Right.
You don't notice the line. You won't see the hair coming in. I feel like it lasts longer.
Okay.
Yeah, when you do the straight line in about a week or 2, you could already start seeing the new growth coming in.
Okay.
So with this, you won't see the new growth.
Don't want new growth. Showing. Yeah.
It's showing. Now we're just going to take the edger.
Yeah.
And just edge out the lines here.
Now you don't create like white walls, as you
No
said.
white walls. No white walls. I leave that.
White walls is when you get that very southern Mississippi look of like skin all around the ear.
Absolutely.
Me not a fan of that.
Yeah, a lot of the old school barbers like to really take it up high around the ears.
Yeah.
But Daniel Craig did not have that in the movie.
Well, he didn't have it.
Then
I ain't gonna
have it.
That's right.
I'm just working my way around.
Nice.
And we're not going to put the line in the back. We're going to leave that back alone.
Okay. Now you actually, I mean, I said we're skipping the Quantum of Solace one, but you actually had somebody come in specifically requesting it. That was the guy from Long Island,
That
right?
was the one, yeah, absolutely.
That was amazing. Some guy traveled all the way from Long Island to get a Quantum of Solace haircut.
I felt bad.
Why?
Because he drove 2 hours. Actually, he said it only took him about an hour to get down here.
But didn't he say afterwards that it was well worth it?
He did say it was well worth it.
See? Did you give him a beer and everything?
Absolutely. You know what? I don't know. He was driving back up to New York.
That's right. And he's a cop,
He's
too,
a cop.
right? Yeah.
So I think, and
Entrapment.
it was,
Oop.
that you're good. It was
Imagine.
it was a Friday morning. So I think he was leaving.
Early for many people. Not us, but
Right.
for some people.
But he came in with a lot of hair.
Yeah. Well, you showed me like a, oh no, he sent me pictures before and after.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, as much hair as you think I took off you, I mean,
Yeah, they were
this
mounds.
was a major haircut.
Nice. All right.
All right. So now we're going to go through the scissors.
All right.
We did the number 2 on the sides and the back, and then I faded it out, tapered out the sideburns. So now we're just going to blend it in with the scissors.
Okay.
And we're just going to blend it right into the top. Again, no lines, everything blends in. You don't see any, you know, difference.
Like gradients, no steps.
No.
No, that's cool.
Absolutely. You want everything to blend in. And that's really what kind of defines the difference between a barber and a hairdresser. You know, you go to a salon and, you know, a lot of the haircutters in the salon, they usually kind of leave a little bit of a ridge.
Right.
A difference, so
I
you
hate
see
that
the
ridge.
difference between the sides and the
Yeah.
top. Usually that's the difference. Barbers were always into blending,
Right.
fading.
Seamless. And
Yeah,
stuff.
seamless.
Nice. And his was certainly blended well.
Oh yeah, it was a great haircut.
I'm surprised someone out there hasn't discovered like who actually cut his hair from the movie.
Absolutely, I would like to meet that person.
That's well, someone like a Simon Rosgar might discover that.
I will say, if you remember the movie, which I know you do, don't you remember scenes where the hair was longer in some scenes?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you could definitely see that there were some scenes
yeah.
it was shorter than others. But for the most part, it was a tight haircut.
Yeah.
But I do remember there were scenes where the hair was longer.
When he was in the museum talking
Right.
to Q for the first time, his hair was really short.
That's right. That was the shortest it probably was
Yeah.
throughout the movie.
Yeah. And even in the beginning scene, the pre-title sequence scene, his hair
Yeah.
was short.
Yeah.
But then towards the end in Scotland, it's a little bit longer, and yeah.
Right. Because we looked up pictures on the internet from that movie,
Right.
and there's slight differences.
There's discrepancies.
But
Yeah.
there's no doubt it was shorter in that movie than it was in the
Right.
other two.
So this is more like the pre-title sequence haircut that we're getting.
Yes.
See, can you imagine somebody coming in and saying, I don't just want the Skyfall one, I want the pre-title sequence Skyfall. And then you're like,
That's okay. No, I got that.
ow.
I
I could do that one.
I could do that one.
Oh my gosh. You know what you need? You need to create a visual menu. Like you laminate it.
Right.
And it's got like Casino, Quantum, and Skyfall haircut. And then you can maybe do like Brad Pitt's Fight Club haircut.
It's a good haircut.
It's a good haircut. What else is a good haircut?
Ed Norton's got a good haircut in that movie too.
There you go. So you could have a whole Fight Club series. I'm telling you, there's something to this, like celebrity haircut menu. Because guys, how many times do guys come in here and go, I have no idea what I want, just cut my hair.
Yeah. No, usually they trust you.
Yeah.
And they'll say, do what you think looks right for me.
You know what you should do for a week? Is just give everybody, no matter what they ask, the Skyfall haircut. No matter what.
I think they'd all be happy with it.
They'd be so happy.
Well, it's easier than when somebody says they want to look like Brad Pitt. You know?
Yeah, because how are you going to paint abs on them?
You can't.
You
But a
can't
lot of
do
guys,
shit.
you know, with the cell phone, everybody comes in, a lot of people have pictures on
Oh,
the
do
phone.
they have pictures?
Yep.
Wow, no kidding.
So, for the most part, if the hair is like the person in the picture, I can usually recreate that.
Right, right.
I mean, unless it's totally different texture.
Yeah.
Let's face it, not many guys are going to look like Brad Pitt when I'm done cutting their hair.
Well, a lot of people have different texture hairs too. I mean,
Absolutely. You know, it could be curly, could be straight.
Right.
Sometimes it's just not going to work.
Yeah, that's true.
So on the top, obviously just a scissor cut, no clippers on the top, no clippers. And I'm doing this shorter than I would with the Casino Royale.
Right.
Usually Casino Royale, I'm just doing a light trim up there. This, I would say, I cut it to finger length. I just take my fingers and usually just the length of the finger.
And you do keep a little tuft, but not as long as the Casino Royale.
As we get to the front,
Right.
we do leave that longer. So in the crown, I'm going a little shorter in the crown. And then as I work my way up towards the front, we're obviously going to leave that front longer.
Yeah.
So you can push it up and go to the side with it.
This is great because this is such, you know what, this is such a low maintenance haircut. You really do. You roll out of bed and you're pretty much done.
Yeah, absolutely. The only thing is you got to shower in the morning. A lot of guys make the mistake of showering at night.
And their
If
hair
you have
gets-
short hair and you
Yeah.
shower at night, you
Gets
wake
flat.
up the next morning, you're going to have bedhead. It's going to
Ah.
be flat, it's going to be sticking up.
Yeah.
So, you know, the shorter the hair, I would suggest you shower in the morning when you wake up.
That's a good,
But other than that, you towel dry it.
yeah.
No blow dryer, just
Right.
towel dry and
Right,
throw
right.
a little product in it.
Yeah, call it a day.
Usually something, the kind of product I would put in this haircut would be a thicker base product, something like a clay or a paste, or even a cream.
Right.
But I would stay away from liquids, nothing wet,
And
nothing.
definitely no hairspray, no.
No gel.
Gels.
Usually I use something thicker because the pastes are stronger hold.
Right.
And they're a matte finish. You want a
That's a
dry
good idea.
look. If
Yeah,
you remember in the videos or in the movie, he didn't have wet hair.
No?
It didn't look like he had product in it, but
Yeah.
it did not look like he had product in it. It looked natural.
It's true.
So I'm just going to double check. So at the front here, just
All right.
to make sure everything's even.
Yeah, you're a perfectionist, I know that.
Not too short. You just do not want to go too short
Right,
up there.
right.
You got to be able to still lift it and play around with
Yeah.
that front. If it's too short, then it's going to look like a crew cut.
Very cool.
But the difference between this and the old haircut you had is it's just shorter on the sides.
Yeah.
But the number 2 is the key. If you go much shorter than that, you're going to start seeing some scalp.
I turned myself around. Well, John, you did it again. I mean, it looks like the SkyFall haircut. It feels like the SkyFall haircut. I love it. It's low maintenance. I feel like I'm ready to drink some whiskey in some far off bar in Turkey or something like
Or a
that.
patch blue ribbon.
Nice job, man. Good
Thank you,
job.
sir. Thank you. So we're just going to finish up now.
Oh,
So I'm just going to put the product in there,
okay. Oh, the hot shave.
and then the hot shave.
Hot shave in the back of the neck.
Absolutely.
It's not a haircut until you got hot shave in the back of the neck. Why is that so relaxing?
I don't know. I think because it's so nostalgic.
Is that what it is? The
It's something
smell
that's
of the...
Yeah, the lather. It is relaxing.
Right.
Well, it is if you trust the guy doing it.
Yeah, well, I
Hot
do.
lather and a knife in somebody's hand might not be relaxing. Fortunately, we've known each other long enough.
That's true. And you use a straight edge for this, right?
I do use a straight edge. We use a disposable blade, so it's not the traditional old school razor that
Right.
you would hone and strop yourself. For sanitary reasons, state of Pennsylvania, they would prefer you use a disposable.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that a
It's
law?
not banned.
Oh, okay.
They don't ban
They
the
highly
cutthroat
prefer...
razor,
Yeah.
but considering how many haircuts we do in here a day, it's just, it makes sense.
Wow.
It makes sense to use the disposable razor inside of it. It's still straight edge. It's a real straight edge shave.
Yeah, it's just disposable. You can get rid
It's
of it.
disposable.
Well, cool.
So this way you're guaranteed to get a sharp edge, and you don't have to worry about where it's been.
Yeah, that's nice. So do you dispose of it like once a day, or?
No, after each haircut.
No kidding.
Yep, absolutely.
Is that expensive?
No, they can, you buy them in bulk. It may cost you 25, 30 cents
Oh, okay.
a razor. It's not expensive.
Wow.
Finishing off with the old-fashioned witch hazel.
Witch hazel.
It's still around, hard to find, but most supermarkets might have one or
But
two.
You know what? Sometimes the old ways are best.
They are.
Geek moment. That was a quote from Skyfall.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. And you don't know this, but you're straightening out the Land's End made-to-wear collar. Which, by the way, the shirt was very comfortable, held up well, even under the absolute abuse of John the Barber.
Yeah, I was pretty gentle with it.
You No, you're not.
And I kept all the hair off of
You
it.
did. How did you do that?
Magic.
So Land's End not only creates a non-iron shirt, not only does it wick away the moisture, it keeps hair off of it during.
Absolutely.
That's crazy, Tom.
So I'm just taking a little
Product
bit of
on.
paste, a little
Yep.
product. I rub it in. You don't even see it in my hands.
Okay.
And we're just going to lightly.
You're like the David Copperfield of barbers. You don't even see it coming.
No comb. We never use a comb when
No.
we style this. Use your
Comb?
hands. Yeah,
What's that?
There's no comb here.
There's no.
And just real lightly put the product in, and then this way it doesn't look like you have anything in there.
I love it, man. Perfect. Dude, it's awesome. I
Thank
have
you
the
very
SkyFall
much.
haircut. Now I gotta just put on a SkyFall outfit and head into the night.
Absolutely. There you go, sir.
Awesome. Dude, thank you so much. Now we gotta wait for like the next movie to do a new haircut.
Is he coming back for a fourth one?
He is, and maybe a fifth and a sixth. Perfect. Yeah.
I'm ready.
Dude, thank you
Thank you,
so
sir.
much. John the Barber, everybody. This has been David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience and Land's End, and John the Barber
Thank you.
with the SkyFall haircut. Thanks so much. We'll see you
Anytime.
soon. Take care.